Alright, what's going on, my dudes? We're back here today with Alliance War Season 20, Episode number 2. This is the second war of the season, and I have a lot more fights in this one, and we are going with Ghost and Warlock again, alright? So this was a big war here. I had, I think, 7 or 8 fights, and I also did plan out the Alliance War attack as an officer in BG1. I'm very happy with the outcome there for our battle group, and, you know, we'll go over the results at the end of the video and all of that jazz. But up first, let's jump into some fights here. We are going up against Ronin first on path 9 in section 1. This is the same very cheesy path that I took with Ghost in the first war here, where as long as it's not a stubborn defender, you can get through these fights with one special attack, okay? So Ronin, when I fight Ronin with Ghost, I don't like to start out like hitting him right away because he has that 2-hit medium attack. So usually I let them do like medium, light, whatever, medium into my phase, so I gain power. But with him, you gotta like feel out if he's gonna do the double medium or the single light attack. So I just, you know, tend to dash back there and just pretty much do one hit into medium phase there when I face Ronin. Now we have this Dormammu here. And I don't have Hood with me, so I want to try and avoid triggering Dexterity as best as I can. If I were to trigger it, it would be okay. I'm a rank 3 Ghost, so I do have a decent amount of health, but if we can avoid that degeneration damage, that would be lit. But yeah, I mean, you know, on this path, if you don't place ghost counters here, this is pretty much what's going to happen to your defense. Ghost is going to just rip right through it. So personally, when I place when I rearrange defense before the war goes, I usually put like either Sinister or like Nova there, not Nova, put Nova somewhere else, but you know, a champion that pretty much counters Ghost, you know what I mean? Man-Thing is a good example. Up next, we have this mini-boss here, this Domino mini-boss. Now, there's a lot of things going on here, all right? There's Power Snack, there's Outlast, Backup Recovery, and Power Focus 1, all right? So I'm going to boost up a bit for this one, 150% Tech, and also I'll throw on a 10% Green Boost, and also a Power Boost, okay? So when you fight Domino with Ghost, there is that RNG factor, and that RNG factor is whether or not she crit fails your phase, okay? So you're pretty much always going to start out phasing, but as you'll see, okay, a couple times here, I go to phase back and I don't phase. So that's why I always try to parry her before I do a special attack, except for right there I didn't, but right there I crit failed. So at this point, I see that the backup recovery is going, and I kind of forgot about that, and I start to get a little scared, so I went right into the special 2, but I'll just chain the special 1 and it'll be the end. But, oh my god. Oh my god, so there's a lot of stuff to unpack here. Let's unpack it, alright? So, backup recovery is going. I forgot about the backup recovery, okay? I'm assuming she's gonna go right to a special 3, so I did my attacks there, okay? But she didn't get pushed to a special 3 because I forgot about the Power Focus 1, but that's fine. So I pushed her to the special 3 and I went to do a special 1 to finish her off with these last 2 hits here, but the phase failed. She went in for a combo and luckily went for a double medium. I went right for a medium, a light, and one more light, and I got lucky and I was able to phase and finish her off with a special 1. That was crazy, man. If I can go back in time, I would just bait out her special 2 and it would have been a much cleaner finish, but we got the solo and that is all that matters, all right? Yeah, dude, cool fight. I was very thankful that she went for that medium and let me combo her after there. So that was a close one, man, but RNG got me there, but we ended up sticking it out. Up next, we are on path 2 in section 2. And this is the node here where you get like, I don't know, 5 light attacks, 4 medium attacks, and 2 heavy attacks. And when you use those, you know, set amount of attacks, then you start getting like, what's it called, power drain on you every time you use those attacks again. So what I'm going to do with Ghost here is I'm going to let them hit into my phase, and then I'm going to parry and do a light. And I have to parry because of stubborn, okay? And I'm only going to be doing 1 hit here because I don't want to be running out of my charges. I'm going to alternate between light and medium, and I just want to build up to a special 2 because by the time I get to a special 2, the fight's going to be over, okay? I took this lane last war as well. Sentinel, of course, is a stubborn defender. He is hashtag defensive, so he is getting those indestructibles. Went for a heavy attack. I got 2 Furies there. Just go right for a parry, medium into a big special 2. That special 2 is doing like 100k. Of course, we ended off at 1% health there. I'm just going to end with a quick light attack. And that was a very, very, very simple fight with Ghost. A lot of these fights are very simple with a rank 3 Ghost, man. A lot of them. That was an 11 hit fight. But we are not going to be using Ghost again until we take the boss. So now we have some Warlock action here. And you guys know how I like to play Warlock in Alliance War, man. I like to play that game that I like to call, let's not let the defender get to 1 bar of power even once throughout the entire fight. Very, very long name for the game. Still working on the name, but that's, you know, to be determined. But right now, we're going to be going with don't let the defender get to 1 bar of power even once throughout the entire fight. And this is how we do that, okay? This is something that you can't do in quest content or Alliance quests unless it's a particular matchup. And it works so well in Alliance War because of willpower, okay? So if the opponent has willpower, I'm going to take advantage of it. I don't want to be baiting those special attacks, okay? Basically, the way I play Warlock in Alliance War, when I can, is I kind of play her like Quake, my own Warlock Quake style, all right? I pretty much go into my corner. If I can get them in their corner, that's great. But I usually end up in my corner. You just got to be very, very on top of it. And I just parry and I wait. And I'll parry, and I'll wait, and then I'll heavy, okay? And the reason why I do that is because when I parry and I get the stun debuff on the opponent, well, they're going to be healing from willpower. And as long as I have an infection up, which I'm going to have it up the entire time, they're going to be having their power drained, and they're going to be degenerating. Very slowly, but they are going to be degenerating, and that really adds up over time. So if you combine that degen damage with not being able to toss off any special attacks, and also the bleed damage, well, you have a pretty solid Alliance War attacker, a pretty reliable Alliance War attacker, and not even to mention the block proficiency you get from the armor up buff, okay? Warlock is an absolutely fantastic character, and if you don't have one, I recommend you get one. Cause look at this, man. I mean, the thing with Longshot is that if he gets to a special 2, fight's over, okay? So, especially in this case, I just want to make sure he doesn't even get to a special 1. Because what if he gets to a special 1, and then I, you know, miss a parry, and he combos me, and he has the increased offensive power rate, he gets to a special 2, he nullifies my armor up, and then he kills me. That's not what I want to happen, alright? So up next, we have this Miniboss here, and he is linked with 200% recovery. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me because he's going to have the infection on him the entire fight. No need to boost for this at all. I've taken Buffet, Mysterio so many times, man. So many times with Warlock. The one thing about Buffet with Warlock, Mysterio, that is, he has such a strange AI, such a strange, like, he just tosses the heavy attacks and he's oddly aggressive at you. That with Buffet, okay, Warlock's armor up buff goes away at the beginning of the fight. Now, it's possible to get it back if you dex right before it comes back and trigger Buffet that way, but when you're fighting a champion with the AI like Mysterio here, I'm more so focused on Mysterio, and this is the last fight that I have Warlock for, so if I end the fight with a lower health pool here, it's not the end of the world for me. So I'm okay with taking less block proficiency here for the trade-off of just really focusing on Mysterio and just really draining him, okay? Because as you can see, he hasn't even reached 1 bar of power once. Longshot didn't reach 1 bar of power once. Mysterio is not going to reach 1 bar of power once. He is degenerating, he is bleeding. I have no deep wounds right now, by the way. If I had deep wounds, this damage would be going a lot faster. I don't even have 1 in deep wounds at the moment. You don't need it. You don't need it for stuff like this. But yeah, dudes, 60 seconds. 60 seconds, I think there was 11 hits. Let's see, how many hits was that? Look at this guy with his big bugging eyes. Come on, show the hit counter. That was 15 hits. Wow, that's a lot of hits. But yeah, dudes, Warlock's great. Warlock's great for stuff like that. That's how I like to play Warlock. It works out really well most of the time. Up next, we have a Doom Boss. Now, this is my 2nd war in a row taking a Doom Boss, and I am taking him for the 3rd war too. Practice makes perfect. And of course, he is hashtag defensive, and this is a rank 3 6-star Doom. He is unduped, and I feel like unduped is good for like a grand majority of champions you want to use against him. Like if you're using Void or She-Hulk or etc. You don't want to use She-Hulk for the boss, but anybody else like that, then you don't want him duped. But when you're playing with Ghost, he'll put the shock on you, and then you can convert the shock into passive fury. So you almost want Doom to be duped here, but I'm putting on some big boy boosts here. I got some big attack and health boosts. I have a 200% tech boost, and I have a power start 1 boost just to make him go faster, okay? We left up the shifting hazards link, of course, so that we can get those passive furies and do some more damage, and he's playing very well exactly how I want the AI to play in the beginning of the fight. However, that changes as we go along, as it does very often here. The annoying thing about the Doom boss is that you're gonna have to parry him, and you're gonna have to take some blocked hits here. Otherwise, he's gonna be indestructible. Okay, but if you can do it properly like this, and you can like pretty much parry his hit, and then back off before you trigger Dex, you can possibly get a couple hits in, build some cruelty. Try not to get hit by the special 1 like I did. And yeah, and then you could just toss off your special 2, and if you're using a tech boost, then you can possibly chain them if you have them in the corner, or you can set yourself back up and go for another one. Yeah. I feel like Ghost is probably the best counter for Doom, whether you leave these shifting hazards nodes up or not. Also, of course, you can't throw off the special 2 if he has the aura up. I could have done it right there, but I did hesitate. The fight probably would have been over at that point if I did, so rewatching this now, it's good because I'm going to take the Doom boss later tonight. And I'll keep in mind that if I time it correctly, I can toss off the special 2 when the aura is still up, so that's good to know. But now I actually just banked those 3 cruelty buffs, so I have the 3 passive cruelties, which is nice. I'll be doing more damage now, so that's always good. When you have a 400,000 health boss here, he's just really tossing off these special ones, man. He's just really tossing them off. But at this point, I just got to build back up to a special 2, and I should be good to go. Okay, as you can see, the block damage is really starting to add up, man. So that's why you want to try and get as many special 2 opportunities as you can possibly get. I'm now at 3% health. Let's toss off the special 2. And we went up to 7% health with the adrenaline, but we did get the solo in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. The first 60 seconds of that fight were beautiful. The last 60 seconds or so, or last 2 minutes or so, were not as beautiful because he wasn't cooperating as well as I wanted him to. But anyway, we ended up going through the map. We only gave up 3 kills. We gave up 2 kills to a Doom on Powerful from Afar, and we had a timeout against a Thing when we used She-Hulk, so use Stealth Spidey there probably. But yeah, dude, pretty good war. Got a nice boss kill. That was my first boss kill in For Loki. That's awesome. Got 3 kills on defense as well. Overall, man, nice war. For Loki did win this war, and I felt really, really great about my performance and my battle group's performance in the war. Let's jump over to some stats. All right, so our kills went up to 13. Deaths stayed good at 2. 87% solo rate. TDR is 17. Solo rate bonus, I guess it went up to negative 1.83. I can't imagine that's right. Let's get rid of that. And then power rating 13.67, TDR per fight 1.31. That went down too, I guess. I don't know. And like I said, I'm not going to be keeping track of the PR rating in the battle group on YouTube, but of course I know what it is. But yeah, dudes, that was good. It was a good war, and stats are looking really good for the season so far. Definitely a better start this season than last season, so I'm feeling good about that. I gotta turn off the notifications next time. But yeah, dudes, that's gonna be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do your boy a favor and drop a like. Comment what you think about these Alliance War fights in the comment section below, and subscribe if you want to see some more For Loki war content coming to you very, very soon. I'll be seeing you around.